My name is Landry. I was diagnosed with a systemic scleroderma when I was 8 years old. I'm now 13. With scleroderma, I get sick more easily, get calcifications in both my finger and my knee, and I take many different medications that help treat the symptoms that this disease brings. These medications make me feel really sick and tired, and I never want to take them at all. And one thing that people don't really understand about this disease is how it affects my daily life and the things that I actually do that help me feel better from it. I'm on the dance team at my school and have been dancing since I was the age of 4. I am at the choir at my school, and I've been doing choir for so many years, and I continue to live my life to the fullest and the best that I can. I try to stay positive and set goals for myself because, my fight isn't over yet. If you want to help both kids and adults like me living with scleroderma to help get a better life and hopefully find a cure for it, you can click the links below and donate to the Scleroderma Research Foundation so that they can find a cure for this disease. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, this is Ronnie, and this is the Rescue Ronnie Show. Today we have one of probably the most special shows we will ever have on this show. We have Diane and we have Landry. Landry has been diagnosed with systemic scleroderma, and I probably messed that up a little bit.
You got it right, you did good.
And I appreciate that. And we want to really spread awareness to what this disease is and how it affects your guys' life. So stick around and let's check it out.
Check it out.
All right, so we're back here. We're at Once Upon a Child where Sarah and Diane actually met. So I'll let you speak on really how your guys' interaction went down.
Yeah, so at Once Upon a Child, I'm constantly meeting families and kids, and it's really cool because you always get to see this process of people growing and changing, and whether or not you're selling to us because you need the money for school or you need it for whatever it is, sports, we have a wide variety of things. And I was lucky enough to meet Diane. She was selling to us, and just through conversation, I was like, what are you gonna do with the money? What's gonna happen? And she started talking to me about her beautiful daughter and how proud of her she was and what they were going through. And it was just very touching. I'm not an emotional person, but I was like, oh my God, you're so cool. So we just really wanted to have them on just so we could bring some awareness to this and try to kind of help out.
Right, so maybe you can speak a little bit on what is this disease? Because it's, as you told me, it was a 1 in a million disease. So you are a present. You are a present. You are a gift. And speak on how this affects your daily life and what the disease actually really is.
So systemic scleroderma is a super rare autoimmune disease. As Ronnie already said, it's a 1 in a million chance that a child or anyone would actually get systemic scleroderma. With kids, it's even more rare that they would get it. It's actually called scleroderma because it means hard skin. What it is actually the autoimmune system is malfunctioning and the body is attacking good cells in the body. And with scleroderma, there's antibodies that are specifically causing her body to overproduce collagen. And when most people think of collagen, they think that's a great thing, like, oh, it makes your skin look beautiful. But the problem with scleroderma is it continues to produce and it never stops. So you have this overproduction which causes tightening of skin and hardening of skin. And unfortunately with the systemic version, it's not just the outside of the body that's affected, it's also the inside.
So organs are getting hard.
Exactly.
And that's serious stuff.
Right, it causes the vessels throughout the entire body to start to harden and shrink, almost like a plaque buildup. And so it affects all of the extremities like your fingers and your toes. It causes a thing called Raynaud's, which is where your fingers will turn blue because there's a lack of blood flow as the vessels are constricting. It causes the heart and the lungs to also be affected as the vessels are starting to harden and they're getting lack of oxygen. And tissue is starting to get lost and die. There's muscles that are affected. There's the gastrointestinal tract that's infected. For kids, especially in pediatrics, it's really affecting their absorption of nutrients as the gut isn't working properly. And so for Landry, her case, we've really struggled with getting her to gain weight. So we sorry.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's fine. It
please,
happens
please,
all the
Landry,
time.
you are a superhero, by the way.
Yes.
You are a
You
superhero.
are.
Like
Yeah.
she's my rock.
Yeah. And
As-
she's had a tough time eating, as you were saying.
Right.
And what are some of the other things that affect your daily life?
So the disease, it can cause calcifications as well. And for Landry, calcifications in the disease are also rare. So she's even twice as rare because she gets them in her joints and soft tissues. It's due to a lack of blood flow. And so Landry is this amazing dancer. She's been dancing since she was 5 years old. And she starts to get them in her knee when there's an overuse in the joints. So there's medications that we take that help treat the symptoms. There's no cure for it, unfortunately, but there are lots of different medications for each symptom that she has. So we take a medication to help with the disease itself called methotrexate. It's a cancer drug to calm the immune system. That's what most people with scleroderma will do, or any autoimmune disorder. It helps calm the disease so that it won't overproduce that collagen. It's still producing, but not at that fast rate. So the disease is still happening. So they give us more medications to help with the blood flow. You open up your vessels, to help with the heart, to help with calcifications, to help with your gut. There's a lot of acid reflux. But for Landry, it's mainly been the acid reflux and dealing with appetite. So there's medications she'll take to help her eat and gain weight so that she'll thrive. Because with children, they're still developing and they need to meet those benchmarks.
Yep.
100%. Sorry, babe. I just want to point out too, like what a tough cookie you are.
Yeah.
You really are. And the whole point of this is, through Ronnie, I always go to him when I need, hey, I need this or I need that. I have a show I want to do on this, and really just we want to get the word out there. We want to help. That's what we do. We're a community, and so for us here, we're gonna pull together to really try to help. What's your favorite dance?
Well, I love to do contemporary and also jazz and tap too.
Yeah, see, you'll have to show me some
I love
moves.
it. You'll have to show us some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we do also. We're gonna give back 10% of one of our total day's sales at Once Upon a Child on November 9th. Please come in and see us that day. That's the day we want you guys to spend your money, and it's going to be awesome. We're also, aren't you going to do
Yeah, so we're going to set up a GoFundMe, and then please remind me of the foundation that we were going to be doing the GoFundMe for.
So it's the Scleroderma Research Foundation.
Yes.
There's nothing else out there like it. They contribute all of their finances and contributions directly to the scleroderma research. So they're hiring the scientists, and they're working with universities, medical universities all over the country to have everybody collaborate and work together and find out what things are working and not working, and look at patients and their stories and their cases and trials, and to hopefully one day find a cure to this disease. The cure, I think, is the fibrosis, and if they can stop that collagen production and the fibrosis that's happening throughout the body, turn off those cells, then maybe they can actually find a cure for this
Absolutely.
disease.
That's the goal. And if you can see, there's obviously some hurt in her heart, and this is a very hard thing, and we have a lot of research on other diseases, and this one is really not one of those. So we'd like to really put out some effort, and if you can find I know everybody has busy days, but if you can find a minute out of your day or a couple minutes out of your day to watch this video and really see if you can make a difference and help, that would really go a long way, right? So Landry, thank you so much for even having us be a part of your life. We appreciate that. Thank you guys very much. And as always, have the best day of your life, and adios.